Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's house. Thanks for joining us live on the program. Appreciate you being with us this morning. It was a balmy 22. I don't know what it is now, Brother Skip, but it is right chilly.
Right chilly is a good way to put it. I'm tired of the right chilly.
Yeah.
It is right chilly. I'm telling you, as long as we don't get any of that powder stuff or that rain, I can deal with chilly.
Yeah, I can too. That powder stuff that we got Wednesday was not a lot, but boy, it sure caused a lot of chaos.
Yes, it did. And of course, you know, we're ready to get on. I'm ready to get on with it.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, for all you folks out there that we're going to talk a little bit today about some of the things that you ought to be doing. You're probably already doing them, but those are things that you need to be doing with your homes and or trailers and or campers, RVs, whatever you abode in. We're going to talk about that this morning. Also, the call-in line is open and prepared for questions. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to be your home improvement source this morning, and we would love to be that person that helps you with whatever that project is. Remember, there's no silly question. The only silly question that you ask is the one you don't ask, because I promise you somebody else wants to know that. That phone number is 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449. And of course, the Miracle Method message line is available for texting. If you prefer to do that, you're busy, got things going on, then we'll do that too. It's not our preference, but you know, that's the world we live in, Brother Skip. And it is it's just what people do. My nephew joining me this morning, he is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, hopped up on Mountain Dew and ready for action to take us to timeouts today, aren't you, son?
Yep.
Okay. Made us both a fried hot sausage. Now, I ain't talking about none of that. I ain't talking about none of that sausage ain't hot. I'm talking about hot sausage sandwich this morning, and handed him his and left mine sitting on my chair in the living room. So I hope Chevy enjoys that.
I hope he does too.
Oh, don't worry, he does.
Oh yeah, he will. It's just the aftermath that comes after his 12-year-old body eats that
sausage.
A hot sausage sandwich.
Oh gosh.
I may not be in the best of what's in the best light with the lovely and talented Mrs. Allen this morning.
That's correct.
Michael, good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us on the program. Facebook friends, we appreciate you there. Everybody join us at 10. Tell me what it is again at the stream.
It's MIXX1055.com.
Yeah, MIXX1055.com.
Don't forget to give the Miracle Method phone number. You didn't give that.
Oh, I didn't give the Miracle Method message line, did I?
You tangented.
That's because I'm just now getting the coffee in me this morning. Usually I have about a half a pot before I start this morning. Got up at 4 o'clock, and then I decided, man, that electric blanket.
That blanket sure got to you.
After that early morning release of fluids.
At our age, that's a wonderful thing.
Yes, isn't it though? My wife's like, why are you in there so long? You know, you just you can't understand. It's man time. I'm having man time. I'm contemplating, you know, haven't you never seen that Greek statue with his fist up on his chin? So we got that going on this morning. The Miracle Method message line. I still have a little cough left over. 865-255-3911. 865-255-3911. Jeff, good to see you this morning. Got you in our prayers this morning, brother, as a lot of that kind of stuff going on.
And there's that cough. And don't forget, you can email us as well, rickshouseradio@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And we would love to hear from you there as well. And those of you following us on Facebook, you can send me a chat. Now, if I don't respond to it immediately, sometimes the Facebook is like the Walmarts. The Facebook is a little slow sometimes in the chatting, and I'll get home and I'll see all these messages I have, and I'm like, those people think I'm just ignoring them, and I'm not. I just don't see them.
Yeah,
you know, it's one of those kinds of things this morning. Last Saturday, was it last Saturday we left with a flat tire?
No, that was 2 weeks ago. Last Saturday we were home.
Yeah,
yes.
2 weekends.
Oh, we were home last Saturday.
You were, yeah.
Boy, I was struggling, and I apologize for that. I tell you what, this stuff is horrible. Absolutely.
Yep.
And as he continues to cough, no fever. He's not contagious. Believe me, we're fine in here. But this,
not
this thing,
contagious. This stuff is awful.
it's awful. It hangs on for weeks.
I went to we went to their family physician, and he said, look, you actually don't have the flu. I thought I had the flu, my wife and I both. He said, this is not the flu. He said, there are several viruses that are mimicking the flu.
That's awful.
And so, of course, they which viral turns into bacterial.
Mm-hmm.
So they give us a round of steroids and a Z-Pack, which he said, if that doesn't get it done, let me know, and we'll hit you again.
A shot of Rocephin in the tush.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd take it anywhere.
Yeah.
If it stops this horrible cough, I would absolutely, positively take it anywhere. So we've got that going on this morning. So if you're up and at it, so many things to talk about today. I mean, my brain's all over the place, and for the first time, I've never noticed this before, but when I'm out and about during the day, we do some other things, and as well as when I'm out calling on potential clients and doing those kinds of things that I do, I have noticed when I'm in an apartment complex, every apartment complex I'm in has a sign. Have you noticed this? Every apartment complex that I'm in has a sign at the road, and all through they have signs, like politician signs.
Yes.
Throughout the complexes that say, leave heat on, leave water running.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, when you're in a brand new complex, and that brand new complex is telling you to leave the water running, folks, it's cold.
Yes, it is.
Now, some of that has to do with the depth in which we're not built for extreme cold.
No, we are not.
We're not built for 5-10 degrees. We don't have that much of it. When we were in Oregon, we hit -8 for a solid week. Now, folks, that's bone chilling cold.
That going right to your
you
bone.
get on up there and get you some at North Dakota and South Dakota, -40.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. I took a trip one time. I know it's rare they let me out of here, but I did take a trip one time in my younger days, and I up to Medford, Wisconsin, which is the home of Marvin Windows. I think Marvin. No, not Marvin. Weather Shield. Weather Shield Windows. And that used to be the headquarters for Tombstone Pizza.
Oh,
okay.
So, but they purchased it from Tombstone Pizza and made it the headquarters for Weather Shield. So we went up for some training. I was selling windows. This was back in my younger days. And so you fly into like Green Bay, and then you get on a puddle jumper, and you fly in this 12-person plane over to this little airport that looks about like the one we used to have in Powell. And you get out, and then you get in a van with all the other guys and gals that are there for training, and you drive across the countryside, which I really enjoyed because I had never been to that part of the world.
I'm sure.
And I have family that live in that part of the world. Now, my family's from Stillwater.
Okay.
And so Minnesota and Afton. And so it was a treat for me to get up there. Now we went in February. Now I'm gonna tell you something. And in Minnesota, it's cold in February. So I was asking, we were just all talking, and of course I was building houses back then too. And so I asked, and the guy that come and I'll never forget this. I mean, we're freezing to death. I mean, we got on the beanie, we got, the toboggan, gloves,
ear covers,
scarf, ear covers, everything we can do. He shows up in a pair of jeans and a members only jacket with a short sleeve t-shirt on. This brother thinks it's summertime. You know what I'm saying? It's spring. He's ready to, go play some golf.
Yes.
Yep.
I've tried to woo in spring a couple of times, but no success yet.
No.
So we're going down the road and we're just all having a conversation. We're all have construction backgrounds. We all have, all that stuff going on. We're doing that. And so we're talking and I asked him, I said, what's the frost line up here? Frost line being the depth of which the ground freezes as to put pipes and utilities and things like that below.
Mm-hmm.
Our frost line here is 24 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you put your water line in, or you put in, something that is susceptible to freeze,
Mm-hmm.
then it has to be a minimum of 24 inches deep in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He said 72 inches.
Good night. For those of you doing quick math, that's 6 feet.
6 feet.
Good
Well, you know
night.
what I'm thinking. First thing that popped in my mind, there's a lot of things that go 6 feet in the ground. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
I went there right away. Yes, I got it. Yeah.
You got it?
I got it.
The story gets better.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, crap.
I'm not going to let that scare me.
No.
No. So we're bebopping down the highway headed over to the factory. Now, keep in mind that this factory is open 364 days a year.
Closed on Christmas.
Closed on Christmas. Running 3 shifts. There's 10, 15 foot of snow everywhere. And I meet the girl that has been with the company like 25 years, at that point, who is our customer service person for the region when we get there. And I'm like, how did you get to work today? She said, I drove the snowmobile.
Sweet.
So
Now, that's
literally
something.
beside the roads, they have snowmobile tracks. And if the car don't go, the snowmobile does. So you get out and you put all your outdoor weather gear on, and grandma at 60, whatever, fires her up and off to work she goes and on the snowmobile. I mean, these are some tough folks.
No doubt.
So we're bebopping down the interstate, and I keep seeing these great big metal buildings, big metal, but like hangars,
Mm-hmm.
like something you would store boats in,
Mm-hmm.
So after about 2 or 3 of those, I said, I think the guy's name was Don. I said, Don, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah, sure, Rick. I said, we keep passing these great big metal buildings. And he said, oh, yeah. There's a lot of those. I said, do they have a purpose? He said, oh, yeah, they got a purpose. I said, well, what are they? He said, if you die in wintertime in the great state of Minnesota, there ain't a backhoe in the country can put you in the ground.
Nope.
He said, so those are storage facilities for our loved ones that have passed on.
Until spring comes.
Till the spring thaw where we can bury you.
Wow.
And like an idiot.
Uh-oh.
I know you're shocked and appalled.
Foot and mouth.
Foot in mouth, I said, well, are those things climate controlled? And his response was, after he looked at me through the rearview mirror, do you think they need to be?
Oh, my gosh.
I said, point taken, sir. I won't speak anymore for the remainder of the trip.
Not another word.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's just, but no.
No. Mm-mm. No.
He said, no, we just got a bunch of little popsicles in there.
That's it. Because metal building with the cold outside, cold in there. Yeah, it keeps.
Yeah. He said, but literally, I mean, you think about that. I said, well, what do you do, if there's a water break? He said, you have a water break. He said, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's 6 feet deep. The ground's hard. He said, if it warms up just a little, sometimes we can get to it. He said, but, pretty much anything that requires excavation stops.
That's crazy.
In the wintertime. So it's just a different way of life and a different thought on life. I mean, what it does, I mean, if you got to get below 6 feet to stop it from freezing, that's great. But you got to get through that first 6 feet to get to it to make a repair that's hard as concrete. And it ain't happening.
Not happening. My goodness.
So, but yeah, that's a funny little story. That's true. And I felt like the idiot that I made myself out to be, because I was like, well, he said, do you think they need to? I said, okay, point taken.
Great.
We're going to take that first time out here on the program when we come to let you hear from some of those folks that bring you the program. And each and every Saturday morning, we're going to have a doggone good show today. We're so excited that you're with us, and thank you for getting up and having coffee with us this morning. We'd love to hear from you at 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449, or the Miracle Method message line. You can text us as 865-255-3911. Wyatt, tell them.
We'll be right back.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561. Hey, y'all, being from the country, I've learned one thing for sure. The difference in experience can make the difference between a good job and a bad one. That's why we choose August Excavation for all your excavation needs. Whether it's pouring a footing, laying out a footing, pouring a concrete driveway, excavating a basement, or whatever your excavation needs may be. August Excavating. Call them today, 423-736-1402. 423-736-1402.
This is Marty at Crawlatch Furniture. After 53 years of business, our building has been leased and Becky and I are retiring. We're entering into the final phase of our retirement sale into our store closing sale. Still, hundreds of thousands of dollars of great furniture must be sold. Furniture for every room of your home. Everything discounted up to 70% off. Selection is still good. Come pick out your new living room group, lazy boy recliner, dining set, bedroom group, occasional pieces, or a new mattress set with an adjustable base. Plus, any wall art, lamps, and accessories are discounted up to 70% off. Bring your truck, van, or trailer so you can start enjoying your new furniture as soon as possible. And take advantage of our 12 months, no interest financing. At Carl Hatcher Furniture, your downtown furniture destination in Sevierville.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
2025, a time for new beginnings. Whether you want to buy a home or sell a home, call me. I can help. Terry Williams, 865-556-4111. or 392-5885.
What happens when you take 20 years of experience hanging metal on NASCARs and you put that into another business? The business I'm talking about, Miracle Method Resurfacing in Knoxville. My buddy Chris Stacy and his team are there for the detail, there for as good as a job can get. They understand working with tight tolerances and working with a finish that has to be almost perfect. If you're thinking about redoing your countertop, maybe you're thinking about redoing that avocado green bathtub, or maybe you're thinking about that epoxy floor for your hot rod in your garage. Think nowhere else. Miracle Method of Knoxville is the place that can help your dreams come true about that new tile surface or any other finish in your home. Call them today. 865-693-5522. 865-693-5522. Tell them Rick's House sent you.
PreferredModularHomes.com. Whether you want to change some decor items or come in with a floor plan sketched out on a napkin, we're confident we can help you create the home of your dreams. PreferredModularHomes.com. 865-512-9251. 865-512-9251. 7140 Clinton Highway. Come see us today. Talk to Ben. Talk to Scott. Get that modular built for a lifetime. PreferredModularHomes.com.
WSEV-FM, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee's new mix, 105.5.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. 105.5 The Mix, your source for home improvement on Saturday mornings. We're glad to have you with us this morning. You can reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to call us, 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449. Also, you can reach us on the Miracle Method message line at 865-255-3911. I apologize in advance for any of the coughing you may hear as we have fought the dreaded viral infection and are no longer contagious, but yet this stuff is hanging on, and it's my understanding from my doctor said, I'm going to tell you, he said, that stuff fire, you lay brick with it. Waterproof your basement walls. I mean, you know what? I'm sorry, that just came out.
Squirrel.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, no doubt. It's terrible. Y'all, it's absolutely terrible. So, but we were talking a little bit about frozen pipes and just seeing the apartment complexes and the condominium complexes saying, leave your water running. Make sure you leave your heat on, folks. Do it. I promise you, it will save you money. And I heard something interesting yesterday, and I can't take credit to this, nor shall I. Don't remember the name of the plumbing company, but they were on one of the local news channels. And, I've always had that thing that in the back of my mind that says, well, here's a good question. Do you leave the faucet dripping slowly or fastly? Yes, yes, Skip, you may answer.
Okay. Well, no, I don't. I grew up in eastern Pennsylvania where we had plenty of cold. And we actually, not dripping, but just a small run is what we're used to, a small stream, because, drip, but you want that water moving
drip
through the pipes.
Drip will freeze.
Yes.
At the temperatures that we have now. You are absolutely correct. And his description, which I thought was excellent, was the size of a pencil lid.
Yeah.
A stream the size of a pencil lid. That'd be a number 2 pencil like you had in school.
That'd be one of them Ticonderoga number 2 pencils.
Not one of them two. Not one of them big fat ones like I used till I was in high school. But anyway, a number 2 pencil lid. So you've got to leave. You have to leave a stream going, or you're going to have potential for freezing. Good morning to my bride, and of course Xavier, our friends at Weekend RV Center, and of course Ron. Good to see you this morning. Glad to see y'all up and watching us talk about home improvement this morning. Other things to think about, pencil lead, of course, a stream with the water is a good thing. Do you know where your shutoff valves are?
Boy, that is important. You need to know where your valve is in the house, in the garage, wherever it may be, and then where your main is in the yard.
Absolutely.
If that main is covered by a piece of steel, if your grass grows too much, it'll grow over that piece of steel, and you can't find that, and you've got to re-look for it. Waving my hand because that happened to me this past fall.
Exactly. Plus, once you pop that lid off, then you got to deal with whatever critters are nestled up in there. Now at 20 degrees or 10 degrees, they're not too active, but it's usually full of leaves and mud and everything else.
Yep.
So yes, absolutely positively know where your shutoffs are, preferably in the house.
Yes.
I would agree with that completely, Skip, because in time of a pipe breakage and you're losing thousands of gallons of water a minute, is not the time to go, wonder where it's at, Mama. You need to know where it is.
You do. Like my leak I had back in the fall, I had no idea it was leaking until the lawnmower sank in the yard. And apparently been leaking for some time. And it was like, thank goodness you have that special insurance that covers when incidents like this happen.
And make sure that you do that, please.
I mean, it's like my water
like $5 a month.
Yeah, my water company is like $2 or $2.50 a month. It's an insurance deal, and it's good for one situation a year.
Up to like $1,000.
I believe it is.
What mine was, yeah.
And mine was pretty hefty because she'd been leaking for a while, but I had no inclination of it because I had no issues with mud in the water. I had no issues with pressure. I had nothing.
Right.
So it was odd, but thankfully it was taken care of. But yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah. So make sure that's a fantastic point. Make sure that you do have that insurance coverage offered through your local utility. I'm sure they'll be glad to tell you about it. And it's something that you should do. Disconnect every water hose. Do not leave water hoses connected to your hose bibs. Oh, but Rick, that's a frost-proof bib. Oh, well, yeah, okay. It's a frost-proof bib. That's fine. But let me tell you something. That will freeze.
It will.
There is a point in time where it will freeze and burst. Why do you disconnect your water hose? Do you know? Obviously, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
But
I didn't know until I talked to my plumber.
Well, typically your water will freeze in there and expands.
Correct.
And that could cause you a problem if there's water left in the hose. You didn't drain the hose at the end of using it. But you're going to enlighten me here on the other reason.
Always good to try to drain those hoses if you can.
Exactly.
But not only that, the reason for that is typically we won't have something on the other end. Typically we don't leave the spray nozzle on the other end of that. So what happens is that, and think about this, is that end is open. So that hose becomes a vacuum.
Yes.
And it's sucking in the coldest of the cold of the air that's right on top of the ground, right in and right into your pipes. It will freeze a house full of pipes in a heartbeat.
Wow.
Absolute heartbeat. It will do that. So the reason we disconnect is so that we don't get that vacuum effect, pulling that cold air into and underneath the house. And then, of course, you want to wrap that faucet as well. Now, you can buy one of those little styrofoam things for $5 at Walmart or your local big box store. That's fine.
I've got this thing. It's real tight. It's like a glove almost. You put it on, you cinch it up, lock it down.
Yeah. So, and it cinches up. It's all good. Or you can use that pair of underwear your wife's been trying to throw away for 10 years.
That flannel shirt,
whatever it takes, to make it happen. But yes, that's absolutely positively critical on making sure that's done. Yes, sir.
All of my water comes into the house. All my pipes are in my garage, which is downstairs, and all my pipes go up and run through the ceiling of that garage. Well, I've insulated all those pipes with those foam coverings and whatnot. Some are thicker foam stuff, depends on what line it is.
Right.
And then I've got insulation up there as well to help. But thankfully, my garage, even when it got the cold of cold, my garage did not get below 50 degrees. So I was good, but I still let some water run.
Absolutely.
Because
did you know that utilizing, if you go to a campground nowadays and you're going to do winter camping, in order to hook up to a water supply, you have to have a heated hose. That's mandatory. If you don't have one, they'll be more than happy to sell you one at the local camping store.
Yes.
And I found that most of the time they're not trying to do anything but just, get you what you need. I mean, they're good. But what I can tell you is that if you read the manufacturer's instructions, the electric hose or the heated hose that is utilized for a water supply for your RV or travel trailer it kicks on. The thermostat is set for 45 degrees. So at 45 degrees, it kicks on and begins to heat the hose. It will still freeze. So it is recommended below. If you get in the 20s, you better let it run.
Yeah.
Because it will still freeze.
Yep.
It just cannot keep up. It just can't keep up.
Up north, we had heat tapes.
Yes.
We put heat tape on the house. I remember doing
Which
that.
is what's in the electric hose. It's just a heat tape
Just a
wrapped
heat
around
tape.
it with a cover over,
Okay.
a sheath cover over top of it.
Yeah.
Miss Ruby, good morning. I'm glad you're watching this morning. We might do a little Rendicella this morning for Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby loves to hear Rendicella. We might just do that here shortly for Miss Ruby to get things off. We like a little humor going on with what we have to do. We're going to take the top of the hour to time out. When we come back, I want to take just a few moments and talk about our animals.
Yep.
Yes.
And our pets.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
And what we need to be thinking about with that, and why it does a great job on the farm taking care of the horses, making sure they have water. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to do the top of the hour. Then when we come back, we're going to jump into that. And then I think we'll do a little Rendicella for Miss Ruby this morning. Brother Gunner in on the house this morning. Outstanding. Good to see you, brother. And
as in Gunner?
As in Gunner.
Gunner?
Yeah, the
I'll
Gunner.
be a son of a gun. Look at there.
The one and only.
The one and only Gunner.
You know, I love my brother Gunner.
Oh, my.
You know, there's a lot of folks in the radio business that I've met over my lifetime, but Gunner was always super nice to me and helpful, and what a legend here in East Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
So, my brother, we appreciate you from an undisclosed location somewhere in the woodsies, as my buddy says. So we will, and thank you, sir, and feel free to call in, Gunner. We'd love to hear from you this morning, 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449. So we're going to take the top of the hour timeout, then we're going to do a little bit on pets, and then we'll come back with some Rendicella for Miss Ruby this morning. So hang on, man. That don't happen anywhere. Where does it happen? 105.5 The Mix. Tell them, White.
We'll be right back, folks.
Looking for the perfect storage solution? Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage is the area's premier self-storage facility. Located next to the Home Depot at the Allensville Square Center in Sevierville, we offer climate-controlled and non-climate-controlled units, plus indoor RV and boat storage. Enjoy top-notch amenities like 24-hour surveillance and 3 covered unloading zones. Need to unload a tractor-trailer or a truck? We have a loading dock too. Sign up today and get 1 month free plus a complimentary True Shine car wash. Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage, the perfect solution for your storage needs.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Popper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, and let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690, 865-599-1690.
The all-new Mix 105.5 is looking for 2 great people to join our sales staff. If you are energetic and highly motivated to achieve all the goals you have, we want to talk to you today. Don't let your previous jobs hold you back from finding out how rewarding a position at Mix 105.5 can be. Base plus commission gets you started. Go to Mix1055.com, look for the Work With Us button. Again, that's Mix1055.com and work with us. East Tennessee Radio Group and Mix 105.5 are an equal opportunity employer. Start your new career today today. Mix1055.com. Work with us. Do it now.
Accelerate your future with a new ride from Union Motors. With over 11 years of experience serving Sevier County and surrounding areas, Union Motors offers an impressive selection of quality vehicles to fit your needs and budget. Come experience our exceptional customer-focused approach from the moment you walk through the door. Plus, enjoy flexible financing options or buy here, pay here program. Good credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy or first-time buyer. Everybody's approved. Union Motors, your premier destination for affordable used cars. Browse available inventory online at theunionmotors.com. Visit us in Seymour or call today 865-366-1006. Looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle? Head to Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport, Tennessee. Just a short drive from Sevierville on West Highway 2570. We've got over 100 pre-owned vehicles with a wide selection of makes and models, all at low prices. Plus, we're clearing out space for 2025 models. So now's the time to save big. Financing available for all credit types. Don't miss out. Come to Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport today. Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, West Highway 2570 Newport. Your next ride is waiting.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
Discover a world of pleasure with Sexy Stuff. Let our expert staff guide you through our extensive adult toy and lingerie selection. With over 25 years of experience, Sexy Stuff is your destination on Highway 66 in Sevierville. Sexy Stuff. We got the stuff.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you, I know a little something about mobility issues. I know a little something about taking care of mom and dad and grandparents and things you do when you're supposed to. That's why I trust Chris and his team at Miracle Method. They've got a safety package. A safety package that converts that tub in your house. But the main thing is it's going to give them an easy step in. It's going to give them grab bars that are added right. It's going to give them the flexibility to have that independence and you the knowledge of knowing that you've taken care of mom and dad. Miracle Method. Find them online today. Miracle Method. 865-693-5522. Where safety is a priority.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561.
Good Saturday morning to you. The music brought to you this morning by Epidemic Sound. Man, they got some stuff, don't they, Skip?
They sure do. I can't wait to be able to spend some more time with it.
Oh, my good gracious. The best thing I ever did was pay for that service. We utilize it in our commercials and in our bumper music, and just top quality Epidemic Sound, all copyright paid for. So that we don't have to worry about copyright infringements and all those kinds of things. At the top of the hour here, it's 8:09. I wanted to tell you a little bit about your pets, and then we're going to jump into Rendicella and give you a little story about that. And then we're going to share with you a little bit later in the program about someone that I know and something that happened that you're probably going to see on Don Dare in the very near future. And we're going to talk about are we a service tech or are we a sales tech? We're gonna put that. You know, we've been preaching about that a little bit. we're not naming names. We'll let Don do that. But we are going to, let me shut that green curtain just a little bit. Wyatt, will you pull that? It's just a little,
little chilly coming through that window.
It's getting a glare.
Oh, okay.
On the thing. Stephen, good to see you this morning, brother. Hope you're doing well. Got to think about those pets, folks. There you go. Good job, buddy. They need water. They need food. They need shelter. Yes, I know they're animals, but they are a little more adapted. Feel like Deep Bang Dot. Say that 3 times. But they need water, they need food, they need shelter, and all these things are important. So, if you're going to have them, do it. Make sure to do it. Even so much so, our little princess, Gypsy, our little kitty cat, who was a rescue, who we brought back. We were the 3rd people to get her. My wife actually had to convince them that they were going to send her to kitty rehab.
Oh my!
Because she wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't having it, was she, White?
No.
She wasn't having it. And but she has now made the best cat you could ever have in a million years. She runs the house with a tight leash. And she is not happy about this weather.
I bet she's not.
No.
And now last week when you were doing your part from home because you were sick, we got to hear old Gypsy a few times.
We did.
Express her thoughts.
She was expressing, and we have a word for that we can't use on the air.
No.
She's, and she has her schedule.
Yes, she does.
And 2 things you don't do in our house. One is you move nothing without her permission, because that will get a response.
Yes, it will.
Number 2 is when she wants to go out, she has her procedure. She jumps up on top of the cat tower, turns around, looks at me, gives me the meow. And then I'm to immediately get up, no matter what I'm doing, and go to the door.
And let her butt out.
And let her out.
The world stops for Gypsy.
Now, she won't just jump down and go out. She jumps down to the 2nd level of the cat tower and then to the floor. And then goes over to the kitchen, looks to make sure everything's okay there, and then proceeds to the door where she stands in the doorway for a minimum of 30 seconds to make an assertion of what the exterior weather is before she decides to go out. The response we're getting now is, meow.
That just means it's too cold for her.
It's too cold. And then she looks at me like, Daddy, fix this. You got to do something about this. Anita Foster joins us on the program this morning. Good morning, Miss Anita. Glad to see you in with us. Cozy Mountain Cabins.
Oh, yeah.
What a fabulous job Anita does. If you're staying with us and you're within the sound of my voice right now, you don't want to miss an opportunity to come when you come back to reach out to Cozy Mountain Cabins, Cozy with a Z, and get a hold of Miss Anita, because she's got everything from a little tiny house all the way up to that wind chimer up on in Cobley Knob that I don't know how many people that thing sleeps, 15 people, something like that. It's insanity. It's fabulous for a retreat. I promise you can eat off the floor at one of Anita's cabins. Been with us a long time. We love her to death. Thank the world over. 865-660-0340. 865-660-0340. And she's got cabins all over the Smokies up here. So give Anita a shout and tell her that we sent you. So now let's talk a little bit about we're gonna do Rendicella. Rendicella is my best effort to try to do a spoonerism as the great late Archie Campbell did on Hee Haw. Now, I was doing country mornings, third chair in another market. And so the head host, you'll hear the other 2 hosts on there. And they brought me in to be Brother Rick. And need a little country. I don't know why they chose me, but you know,
no idea.
On the country station,
no typecasting here or anything.
Yeah, you know. So I walked in one morning and we were preparing, and they handed me this and said, "Hey, can you do this?" And I said, what is it? And they said, it's a spoonerism. I said, I don't know if I want a spoonerism. Can you get rid of that? And because I never had heard the term. I mean, I'd seen Archie do it, forever. When I was a kid, my cousin's grandfather and him were best friends. So, I mean, I saw Archie all the time, had no idea who he was.
Oh, wow.
Wow. He wasn't like, hey, I'm Archie Campbell. He was just another guy hitting golf balls in the backyard and coming by to have Sunday lunch, super guy, great to us kid, funny. Oh my goodness. So funny. But anyway, so they handed me that and they said, well, can you do this? And I said, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I can. I said, when? They said, you got 15 seconds.
Oh, good gosh.
So this is one take. My best effort. I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed it. But we want to give all credit due to the great Archie Campbell, who was the master of spoonerisms. So Skip, if you will, sir, let us spoon away.
Yes.
Once upon a time in a corn country, there lived a very beautiful girl. Her name was Renda Seller. Now, Renda Seller lived with her mugly other and her two sad bisters.
What? Two sad bisters?
Bisters. That's right. And in the same corn country, there was a very pransome hens.
A pransome hens.
And this pransome hens was going to have a fancy fall. He invited people from miles and miles, especially the pitch people. Renda Seller's mugly other and her two sad bisters went out to buy some drancy fesses to wear to this fancy fall. But Renda Seller could not go because all she had to wear was some old ruddy dags. Finally, the night of the fancy fall arrived and Renda Seller couldn't go. She said, "Cat down and cried."
Wait a minute. She what?
She just cat down and cried. She was a kitten there, a scrying, when all at once there appeared before her a Gary Fodmother. He touched her with his wagic man. And there appeared before her a Sig Boach and Hicks White Sources to take her to the fancy fall.
Right. Yeah.
But now she said to Renser Seller, Renser Seller, you must be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin. Well, Render Seller arrived at the fancy fall. The pransome hens met her at the door because he had been watching behind a wooden window. And Render Seller and the pransome hens danced all night.
Really?
Until midnight.
Right.
And they lay in love.
They what?
They lay in love. And finally, the mid-clock struck night. And Render Seller staced down the rares. As she beached the bottom, she slopped her dripper.
Oh, no. Really? She what?
Slopped her dripper. The next day, the pransome hens went all over the corn country looking for the beautiful girl.
Right.
Who had slopped her dripper. Finally, he came to Rensa Seller's house. He tried it on Rensa Seller's mugly other, and it fit and did. Then he tried it on her two siggly usters, and it fit and did. Then he tried it on Render Seller, and it fit and did. It was exactly the sight rice. So they married and lived happily ever afterwards. Now, the story of the moral is,
yes, sir. Yeah.
If you ever go to a fancy fall and want a pransome hens to love and fob you, or something like that, don't forget to slop your dripper.
Hey. We had such a good time, and I'm thankful that I was able to save that because I don't know if I could do it again.
I don't know if you could get through it again.
And
I don't know either.
And the team that I was working with were fantastic.
That's awesome.
You know, and just knowing how to make it happen. So I hope you enjoyed that, Miss Ruby. That's for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed that this morning. We had a lot of fun with it. Steampunk Johnny in the house this morning. Good to see you in there. Steampunk Johnny Coffee. You can find him online. Some of the best coffee in the country. Comes from beautiful Bakersfield, California.
On the streets of Bakersfield.
Oh, where the music all began.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, so good stuff on the program. So we hope you enjoyed that, and we appreciate it. You can reach us online or reach us on the telephone line at 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449, or you can reach us on the Miracle Method message line at 865-255-3911 with a text message, 865-255-3911. We talked a little bit about those animals and making sure that you're taking care of that. We're going to talk more home improvement with you when we come back from our time out. And also, I'm going to share with you, last night I had one of my favorite things as a snack.
Ooh.
It's a little treat for Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never going to believe, my wife says I'm a lunatic. Well,
yeah.
The truth doesn't. I mean, it's what it is. It's all those years of radio, I guess. I can't hear nothing. My first response is, huh?
Yeah.
And her response now is, think about it. And if I do, usually I can get it.
That's funny.
Usually I can get it. So we're going to have a little fun with that this morning. We come back, more home improvement coming your way. That only happens one place. It happens here. 105.5 The Mix. Myself and Skip and Wyatt. Wyatt, tell them.
We'll be right back, folks.
Attention parents and caregivers of children with type 1 diabetes. Looking for a summer camp where your child can have fun, make friends, and gain confidence in managing their diabetes?
Welcome to the Tennessee Camp for Diabetic Children. At TCDC, kids experience all the joys of summer: swimming, hiking, mountain biking, canoeing, and arts and crafts, while learning essential diabetes management skills in a safe and supportive environment.
With trained medical staff on site 24/7, you can rest easy knowing your child is in expert hands. TCDC isn't just a camp, it's a community. Campers build lasting friendships, gain independence, and leave feeling empowered to take on life with confidence.
Don't miss this incredible opportunity. Visit www.tcdctype1.org to learn more and register today.
Tennessee Camp for Diabetic Children, where kids with type 1 diabetes shine.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561. Hey, y'all, being from the country, I've learned one thing for sure. The difference in experience can make the difference between a good job and a bad one. That's why we choose August Excavation for all your excavation needs. Whether it's pouring a footing, laying out a footing, pouring a concrete driveway, excavating a basement, or whatever your excavation needs may be. August Excavating. Call them today, 423-736-1402. 423-736-1402.
For beautiful decorative stones personalized with the message of your choice, visit Sandman's Workshop, 182 Old Mill Avenue in Pigeon Forge. Choose a stone from their selection, and the artisans at Sandman's Workshop will add family names, business names, pet names, just about anything. Get a marker for your overnight rental property, or let Sandman's Workshop create a pet memorial. Builders, Sandman's Workshop can inscribe bricks noting a family name or date of construction. Visit Sandman's Workshop next to Pigeon Forge Soap Company, 182 Old Mill Avenue in Pigeon Forge. Learn more at sandmansworkshop.com. Save big on the products you need for winter vehicle maintenance at Napa Auto Parts on the Parkway in Sevierville. Claim a $20 prepaid card with the purchase of a Legend or Legend Premium AGM battery. A booster pack ES5000 12-volt jump starters, $139.99. Save on Scott shop towels by the roll or the box. A Light and Carry Mantis LED work lights, just $19.99. And Tubba towels, heavy-duty cleaning wipes are $14.99 at Napa Auto Parts on the Parkway in Sevierville. Listen up, Great Smokies. Foothills Furniture is having a huge red tag sale all month long. Discover amazing savings on bedroom sets, dining rooms, living room furniture, mattresses, and more. Don't miss out on these incredible red tag prices. Visit Foothills Furniture at 2509 Newport Highway. Like them on Facebook or check them out online at foothillsfurniture.net. Hurry in to take advantage of the red tag sale at Foothills Furniture. It's happening now.
What happens when you take 20 years of experience hanging metal on NASCARs and you put that into another business? The business I'm talking about, Miracle Method Resurfacing in Knoxville. My buddy Chris Stacy and his team are there for the detail, there for as good as a job can get. They understand working with tight tolerances and working with a finish that has to be almost perfect. If you're thinking about redoing your countertop, maybe you're thinking about redoing that avocado green bathtub, or maybe you're thinking about that epoxy floor for your hot rod in your garage. Think nowhere else. Miracle Method of Knoxville is the place that can help your dreams come true about that new tile surface or any other finish in your home. Call them today, 865-693-5522. 865-693-5522. Tell them Rick's House sent you. PreferredModularHomes.com. Whether you want to change some decor items or come in with a floor plan sketched out on a napkin, we're confident we can help you create the home of your dreams. PreferredModularHomes.com. 865-512-9251. 865-512-9251. 7140 Clinton Highway. Come see us today. Talk to Ben. Talk to Scott. Get that modular built for a lifetime. PreferredModularHomes.com.
You've been waiting for that all morning. Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Skip loves that. That's his favorite part.
Absolutely.
And you do it so well.
Well, thank you. And the thing is, I don't select to pick it to play it. I mean, it's in a loop of different ones we use, and when it pops up, hey, it pops up.
Man, I'm telling you, I like something puts a little oomph in your oomph on a Saturday morning.
In this temperature, yes.
Absolutely. And good morning to you. We're glad to have you with us this morning on Rick's House. We're talking home improvement, having a little fun on Saturday mornings. And I want to thank everybody that's watching us, listening to us, wherever you may be. Maybe you're visiting us from out of town. Hey, you can find us online. More great music, of course, from 105.5 The Mix. That's Mix, MIXX 105.5.com.
That is correct, sir.
Download the app and you can catch us. And, of course, you can follow us on Facebook as well at Rick's House Radio Show on the road. And people say, well, why do you call it Rick's House Radio Show on the road? Well, we spent 3 years on the road traveling. My wife and I did, after we lost 2 of our children in a tragic car accident, which is the anniversary is Monday. So appreciate y'all to put us in your prayers. It'd be 8 years, 9 years.
9 years.
Jeez. And folks, that don't never get any easier. So appreciate your prayers. I also want to say, saw Lloyd Kelly in there with us this morning, Eagle brother. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. Who's also experienced the loss of a child as well, and that's just things that parents shouldn't have to do. And my wife has a blog called The Diary of a Grieving Mama. M-A-M. I think it's M. Well, she'll text it to me. The way it's spelled, because I always get it wrong. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So that if you it's for anybody that's grieving. If you have somebody that's grieving and has loss, then it's a place where it's safe, where you can go and just hear from others and talk and share and do those kinds of things. And as people, we need that. And so we also want to send prayers out to several people that we know who are struggling with health issues. As we talk about that right now. Now, one of the things that you hear me talk about a lot on the program, and I don't have to name names. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to get into a match of where we're going to do that. But I had a person that I know very well this past week who was getting estimates for their 94-year-old mom for HVAC. She has an HVAC issue. Of course, we have our friends at CMG who are awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And did I say how awesome they are?
Very, very thankful for them here at the studios. That's for sure.
What a great job they do. And this does not involve them on anything negative, only positive. However, sometimes, folks, they hear, they hear different things. Not everybody calls me and says, hey, whatever, and so I encourage folks to, if you get different estimates, and the reason I do that is not because, I have my opinion who I think the best heating air company in the country is, and that's CMG, period. I know that hands down, that they're my guys. I mean, that's it. I mean, and they're going to do what's right and what's fair and what's ethical, and so forth and so on. But everybody has people who recommend different folks to them. What I hate to see, and something that we have to deal with, and I'm going to talk about this delicately, and I'm not mentioning names, but what happens is there are so many companies that do a great job for years and years and years and years, and then that company gets sold because that person wants to retire, as they should.
Sure, absolutely.
They've worked, done a great job, done their thing. Now it's time for them and mama to enjoy, or mom and daddy to enjoy, or whatever the case may be, because in the construction field, some of our best subs and contractors are of the female persuasion. They do a great job. So we are, gender has no role in construction. It's whether you know about it or you don't. It's just that simple. This particular person that I know received estimates for an HVAC issue. And, right now you need your HVAC.
Absolutely.
Yep.
One company in particular came out and said, the system's shot. And when you see in the title, it's a good, what's the word I'm looking for, Skip? A good indicator.
Here you go.
A good indicator of when they're not service techs, but they're sales techs. That to me is a red flag, because what that says is, and the thinking is, well, you need to replace your unit because your old unit is really, it's hard to get parts for, and it's which can be true. I'm not saying it can't be true, but it's actually going to save you money in the long run because of the energy efficiency that we're going to achieve with the new unit. So you're going to save money. Now, folks, I got news for you. If you're 94, I hope you live to be 194. But your window of opportunity for savings is limited.
Yes.
Most likely.
Good word. Yeah.
That's just the facts. So one of the companies in particular told her that the unit was beyond repair, and all that could be done was a new unit put in. This is my understanding. That's why I'm not naming names. And the cost of the new unit was $14,000.
Oh, geez.
My goodness.
Dang.
Now, after others coming out and looking at it, the end result was the solution to the issue was a $400 fix.
Wow.
Jeez.
I got problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the reason I wanted to bring that to your attention is this is the world that we live in. It is a set of thinking and a type of business that those of us who are old as dirt say, no, that's not working for me. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the thought and the training for folks, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But are there sometimes there's nothing else can be done? Sure, but just as with the units here, one of the units here was told that it could not be repaired. My guys fixed it in 5 minutes,
and it's still running.
And it's still running wonderfully.
Yes,
for a minimal charge. So, buyer beware.
Yeah.
In this day and time, and we try to do the hard work for you. We're not saying that everybody we have is perfect, because sometimes people just have a natural tendency not to get along. Sometimes it's not you don't communicate well. Everybody don't like me, and I don't like everybody, and that's I want to.
Yeah.
But the truth of the beast is that work with someone who listens to you and you can communicate well with, because I promise you there will be an unexpected in a home improvement project.
Absolutely.
And so because of that, Diane, good morning. Good to see you this morning. And but there will be an unexpected, but that really chafes me.
Yeah.
It makes me want to say, what are you doing? It's my understanding that was sent to Don Dare, and we'll see what happens with that.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't heard both sides of the story.
Yeah, there's two sides to every coin, and then there's the truth.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's three things that happen in every conversation. There's what you thought you heard, there's what was said, and there's what they thought they said.
Yep.
And so, like I said, not trying to stir it up this morning and be controversial, just stating the facts. But be careful. Do your due diligence when we talk about these things. And like I said, and you'll be better off. But it's just the way business is done in some aspects in the trades now, and it's a sad thing. And if you talk to tradespeople who've been around any length of time, they will tell you the same thing. I also want to say this morning, the sweat's going to hit the south. This morning.
Hang on tight.
Hang on tight now.
Yep.
I done stepped out from behind the pulpit, went to the first step on the stage. That being said, and then I forgot what I was going to say. Welcome to my 50s.
Well, that dang squirrel again's going at it.
He got my attention, and off he went. But again, it came to me.
There it is.
I now remember why I went to the kitchen. Although I did leave my sausage, fantastic hot sausage sandwich on some light bread. Bad for you, and I hope that my dog's enjoying it right now.
It won't be there when you
get
home.
Be there when I get home.
Nope.
He's sitting over there right now, and his dog will be going, "Thank you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy.
Thanks, Dad.
Who's Daddy's boy?"
That's right.
Yep.
But I will say this. There's also, in the time that we live in, and this is something that I've noticed for a long time, and when I first saw it, it bothered me. There are levels of service, just like there are levels of vehicles, levels of houses. Each one of us has in our mind what we're willing to pay for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just that simple. Okay. So you take any company, I don't care if it's a heat and air company or an electric company or a plumbing company or whatever type of company it is, you can find different levels of price.
Yes.
In each of those companies, but each level of price contains different things. Now, Rick, what do you mean by that? Are you talking gibberish? Have you lost your mind? No, what I'm saying is, if you expect a certain level of service, little booties put on boots before they enter your house, uniformed, insured, bonded, licensed, tools and equipment already on the truck as they come in.
Yep.
No worries of who's in your house.
Nope.
Don't have to worry about something getting taken. Done, cleaned up, efficient, and so forth. There are variants to all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you expect, that costs a certain amount of money because it costs that business person a certain amount of money. I'll give you a prime example. I had a friend who was a really, really good mechanic. His company ran like a dealership, only his pricing was better. Because he was of the belief that if you need brakes, in order for a brake job to be done correctly, and I'm not saying he's not right, we're going to do brakes, we're going to do rotors,
Yep.
we're going to do calipers,
Yep.
we're going to do new brake lines, we're going to change all fluids, we're going to completely rehab that system to new conditions so that all parts wear equally.
Yep.
And we're going to treat you nice,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to cost X amount of dollars. We're not putting pads on rotors that have wear on them.
Yes, that's correct.
We're not going to take those rotors and run them through and pull the grooves out of them. And we're definitely not going to put a pad on a grooved rotor.
Nope.
And we're not going to do those things because we're going to warranty our product. And in order for us to do that, we're going to do what the books say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not.
No.
Mm-mm.
If that's what you want done to your Mercedes or your Prius or your truck, if that's the kind of service you want, then it's there. And that's what the kind of service you can have, and understand that you're going to pay for that.
Yes.
Yep.
But if you're a person of lesser means, which there's nothing wrong with, that would be me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what's necessary for the vehicle to be safe and what has to be done, because that's what my budget allows. That's a different price.
It's a different price, yes.
Now,
Yep.
I'm not going to go to Chuck in a truck, Dan in a van, Ted on a sled.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I need insurance and those kinds of things.
Yep.
But I'm not replacing brake lines that don't need to be replaced just because the book says so.
Yes.
Yep.
Not saying that it shouldn't be. I'm just saying I'm not going to do that unless they're leaking.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
So, you know, I see people getting mad. Oh, you charged me too much. Well, I gave you, if they give you an estimate up front and they tell you exactly what they're going to do and why and how much it costs, and you agree to that, and then you find out later that you could have saved $500
Yeah.
by doing it a different way, that's not on them.
No, it's not.
That's on you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do your due diligence.
Yes.
And know what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, and what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. Now, that's different than not giving me other options and taking advantage of me because I may be elderly or, if you tell me something can't be fixed and I found out it can, that's different than saying, well,
Yep.
some companies will do this. That is an option. You going to live?
Yep.
Oh, Lee, I thought you were going to eat the microphone.
No.
And he's revved up on Mountain Dew.
Good Lord.
I'm
I drank
telling
the whole
you.
liter.
You going to pee all day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably.
But
So my point being, there's a difference in the scenario that I talked about earlier, where they said, this is your only option. Sign here today, or it's more expensive.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot different than, this is what we recommend. This is what we warranty. This is how we do it. Other companies may do something different, but this is what we do, and this is why. Then you're making the decision on whether or not you want to pay that. But not giving options, telling me that's the only option.
Yeah.
That's not working.
That's not working for me. No.
That's not working for me.
Nope.
My lovely bride is back in the chat room. Amy, if you would make a note in the chat room to your blog, please. I have folks interested in that for the Diary of a Grieving Mama. And I know I don't spell it correctly. So and you can find out about that. Lots of great information there, and she does a fabulous job with that. So if she could do that, then I know it'll be done correctly because I haven't been known to rename things.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about you doing your due diligence on things today means something totally different than it did 30 years ago.
Yes, it does.
With the internet, you've got things at your fingertips where you can research stuff and look at stuff versus back in the day, you were like, oh, okay, because you had no other means to find those things.
Exactly.
Nope.
And when you hear me speak of a company, and I want to reiterate this. When you hear me talk about the guys at CMG Mechanical, when you hear me talk about Chris and his team at Miracle Method, when you hear me talk about Heidi and Josh at Top Septic and August Excavation, or any other home company or construction company, Preferred Modular Homes Custom, when you hear me mention them, I do that because I believe in them and they've met my criteria. I don't care how much money somebody has and they're willing to pay me. If I don't believe in them, I will not speak of them. Now, I can't stop them from buying advertising. That's okay.
Yeah.
And I may not speak of them because I just don't know them.
No.
And I'll make it my due diligence to know them. Now, does that mean they're perfect? Absolutely not, because there's some people on this earth that Jesus can't make happy. Now, that's facetious, but but that's just the way life is. And so that's what we strive for. And that's what we look for, and what I promise you we're always going to do. And that's the way they do it here at 105 Mix.
Yeah, we've got some great companies that advertise with us and do things. And I tell you what, I use some of them in my home. Because I mean, just the service they provide,
Absolutely. So I'm not saying that Rick has to talk about it for it to be great, because Rick may not know about it.
Yeah.
But if you hear within the Rick's House program me speak of someone, then I promise you, I believe in them.
Yes.
And because that my recommendation does not come lightly. Not that I'm some guru or nothing. It's something that's very important to me.
Yes.
Because the most important thing, and the whole reason we started this, was to help listeners. Because God knows I ain't getting rich doing it.
No. Radio, no.
Welcome to radio. But you get to be on the radio. Yes. Yes. That is a perk.
Yep.
So, good stuff on the program. Time for a timeout here at 8:48 to bring you some more of those folks that we talk about on the program. And then I'm going to talk about some things I'm seeing in the RV world.
Hey.
Phone lines are open, 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449 is how you reach us by phone. You can also send us a text to the Miracle Method message line. If you prefer to text us, we will take those, 865-255-3911. And more home improvement coming your way. Wyatt, tell them.
We'll be right back, folks.
Attention parents and caregivers of children with type 1 diabetes. Looking for a summer camp where your child can have fun, make friends, and gain confidence in managing their diabetes?
Welcome to the Tennessee Camp for Diabetic Children. At TCDC, kids experience all the joys of summer: swimming, hiking, mountain biking, canoeing, and arts and crafts, while learning essential diabetes management skills in a safe and supportive environment.
With trained medical staff on site 24/7, you can rest easy knowing your child is in expert hands. TCDC isn't just a camp, it's a community. Campers build lasting friendships, gain independence, and leave feeling empowered to take on life with confidence.
Don't miss this incredible opportunity. Visit www.tcdctype1.org to learn more and register today.
Tennessee Camp for Diabetic Children, where kids with type 1 diabetes shine.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. And let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Piper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, and let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690. 865-599-1690.
Looking for the perfect storage solution? Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage is the area's premier self-storage facility. Located next to the Home Depot at the Allensville Square Center in Sevierville, we offer climate-controlled and non-climate-controlled units, plus indoor RV and boat storage. Enjoy top-notch amenities like 24-hour surveillance and 3 covered unloading zones. Need to unload a tractor-trailer or a truck? We have a loading dock too. Sign up today and get 1 month free plus a complimentary True Shine car wash. Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage, the perfect solution for your storage needs.
The all new Mix 105.5 is looking for 2 great people to join our sales staff. If you are energetic and highly motivated to achieve all the goals you have, we want to talk to you today. Don't let your previous jobs hold you back from finding out how rewarding a position at Mix 105.5 can be. Base plus commission gets you started. Go to Mix1055.com, look for the Work With Us button. Again, that's Mix1055.com and work with us. East Tennessee Radio Group at Mix 105.5 or Equal Opportunity Employer. Start your new career today, Mix1055.com. Work with us. Do it now.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
When severe weather strikes, Mix 105.5 is here to provide the latest information with your severe weather alert. Brought to you by Sevier County Electric System. When you change phones, no matter if it's a landline or cell phone, make sure Sevier County Electric System has your new phone number.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561.
WSEV-FM, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee's new mix, 105.5.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. Live at 105.5 The Mix in beautiful Kodak, Tennessee.
Beautiful downtown Kodak.
Downtown Kodak, baby, where they're throwing up apartments right and left.
Oh, my gosh.
Let us waste no time as we head to the phone lines to bring in my brother, Gunner.
Yeah.
What's up, my buddy?
Hey, just hanging out, and you've heard of Timbuktu, this is farther than Timbuktu.
Well, as my buddy Clarence, he said, you out in the woodsies.
Yeah.
Man, how's retirement treating you? Are you loving it?
Well, you know, I love part of it. I love going to Nashville, being in the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. It helps my credibility. And
Very deserving, sir.
A redneck like you. But
I think that's the best compliment I ever got. I think you just gave me the best compliment I ever got, brother. A redneck like me. I love that. It's coming from you. That's awesome.
Right. That, you know, I've known Rick for a long time, and if he says something, boys and girls believe it. It comes from the heart. He ain't in it for money. You know, just believe it. Don't call and complain. Just use the service. You'll like it. I guarantee you.
Man, I don't even know what to say to that. That just makes my heart sing, brother, because, you know, I've said many times, and I remember one time in particular, you and I, we were up at, and you probably don't even remember it, but we were up at the rodeo, at the Dodge Rodeo, up at Walter State Community College, up there at their center, and you were emceeing and doing some stuff, and we were just sitting over to the side talking, and I'll leave our conversation to between you and I, but you gave me some of the best advice about the radio world of anybody that ever has. And my wife and I, when we were out running, doing medical carrying and doing those things, we listened to you every afternoon, my brother, because you did it right. And I'm just privileged that you are welcome on my program anytime, sir.
Well, yeah, the whole secret to it is be yourself.
Yes, sir.
And you are the one person in radio that is their self. I mean, you are. Your country, that's fine. That's fine. Live it and love it. You were talking about pets. I want to tell you about the best pet I ever had.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. It was a groundhog.
Little furry rodent.
You can't legally keep groundhogs. I found that out after a while. But they ask for show and tell to bring your indoor pet. And I brought the groundhog in, and I called it a giant Amazonian teddy bear hamster.
That's
awesome. A good one.
Dude, I love it. What'd you name him?
Fred.
Fred's a fantastic groundhog name.
Yep, that works.
I'm going to tell you, man, up there on your place, are the turkeys and the deer out this morning, or are they huddled up?
Oh, have mercy. Turkeys eating us up. Deer everywhere. That could be a problem. But, you know, I grow hay, so I really don't care. Bring them on.
Let them come on, brother.
More the merrier.
Absolutely. Yep. I saw your Facebook video the other day. All them deer out there outside the house, and then you was tracking was it a coyote you was tracking, or a bobcat, or
coyote?
Yeah.
I was tracking a coyote. They killed the best two little dogs I ever had. They was Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
And all you can ask of a dog is to bark when somebody's coming in.
Right.
And these dogs were great. And these coyotes are so bad now. They actually got on my front porch and killed my dogs.
You're kidding.
Dang.
While I was standing there.
No joke.
Dang.
Well, I know they got my neighbor's cat, and when I lived out west, Gunner, on that 250,000 acre beef cattle ranch out there in Oregon.
Yeah.
Man, they hate them. They hate them coyotes with a passion. I mean, cause they wreak havoc, and they'll get a young calf and get it down. And man, they just, and why in the world we got them, they brought them in here, I don't know, but like I said, but they'll snatch up, they'll eat anything.
Oh yeah,
they'll snatch up.
In here.
That's my understanding. Is they brought them in here. I don't know what the science on that was, but that's you know.
I don't either.
I can go along with bringing the elk in. You know, that's all good, but I guess some kind of, you know, balance in nature or some mess that
well,
you know.
If I have any luck with the AK tracking them, I've had luck before, but you cannot hunt them at night. Well, son, that's when they come out.
That's right. Little doggone rascals. You got any chickens up there on the farm?
Yeah.
Boy, it's a good thing.
I was going to say he did, but not with the coyotes. But
I'm telling you, with
mobile chicken coop is what they call it.
It's a what now?
Mobile chicken coop.
I know that's right. Well, man, I'm just tickled to death. It is so good to hear from you. I've been meaning to reach out to you, but I didn't want to bother you until you got settled in, and so you making a few trips down to Nash Vegas and getting in the groove down there.
Donnie Hatfield, want to shout out to him. He's listening to us on 105.
Fantastic. Appreciate that this morning.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm way out, like way out, and I don't get cell phone service unless I climb up to a ridge.
Send the video. Send us the video, will you?
Yeah. Yes.
I promise we won't play it but 10 or 20 times.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'll get you video.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Well, man, we're just tickled to death to have you, and you know, and are you going to do any more radio, or are you just kind of doing what you want to do, brother?
No, I ain't doing no more radio.
God knows you've done plenty. When did you start, Gunner?
Well, 1985.
Wow.
19. Yeah.
That's a long time, my brother.
Youngins, do the math.
Wow. Well, you must have been 2 years old when you started.
Well, thank you.
I know that's right. Well, listen, we'd love to have you on anytime you want to be on. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I thank you for the kind comments. You are one of my mentors, and like I said, I will never forget that conversation we had where you just said, Rick, here's how it is. I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know, I was young and was trying to learn this radio thing, and you just gave it to me in plain truth. Do this, don't do that. And I've used that over all these years, and it served me well, sir. And I thank you for it.
Okay. One more thing. What is that? Spoonify?
Spoonerism. I think they got an antibiotic for it now, but
I've been spoonified, kind of like I'm bonified. Yeah. Awesome.
We had more fun doing that. I tell you what, and I was actually doing country mornings back then in Panama City is where we did it, and of course I knew Archie Campbell from the time I was a kid and had no idea who he was. He was just my cousin's papa's golf buddy. You know, I didn't know who he was, but great guy. You know, just a super guy. Well, what's on the agenda for the day, sir?
Well, get off this darn ridge for one thing.
Has it been a few days since you can get out, brother?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Love it.
Horseshoe Bend is rough this time of year.
I heard that.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. We thank you for all the great years of radio.
Yes,
and
buddy, you're a dear friend.
And
you're a dear friend.
I count you the same, and always want to chat. And I'm gonna catch up with you. We might find a biscuit and a tater somewhere.
There you go.
I can't. Absolutely. Now, Skip, he can't eat that stuff because he's got some dietary things. He can't eat that. But me and you'll lay both theirs back and get on some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we'll get on it. We'll get on it.
That's right. I tell you what.
Yep.
Well, brother, God bless you. You know we love you, and we appreciate all the entertainment of over all the years. And thank you so much for taking time to call me this morning. And man, anytime you want to be on with me, I'd consider it an honor and a pleasure, sir.
Yep.
Well, you are a friend. You are a friend.
No, my buddy. All right. If there's anything we can do for you, holler. I like to hunt coyotes.
Okay. You can't hunt them at night.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's right. Well, I ain't gonna say it on there because then I'll get in trouble. I'll have the TWRA on me. And I love them boys, and I don't want them on me. But yeah, they're a nuisance. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that.
They are definitely bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brother, have a good day. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
My friend.
Let us know what you're doing. All right.
All right.
Take care, Gunner.
See you, my friend.
Thank you, man.
See you, buddy.
How fantastic is that to hear from the legendary Gunner?
Golly, the thing I miss is the snow reports from him and the horse.
Man, I'm telling you,
the horse knew. The horse knew.
If it's been done in radio, he's done.
Yeah, he has.
And like I said, all jokes aside, I appreciate him so much because, and that's a true story, and that's what he and I talked about. Stays between he and I, but he truly saw me working hard to try to make radio and do what I felt like I was supposed to do. And coming from somebody that had been there and done that and continued to do it at a high level, I did no talking and a whole bunch of listening. And so God bless Gunner.
Well, one of my favorite Gunner stories is actually it was Gunner. Tim Berry was involved.
Can't beat Tim Berry. He's a dandy.
Tim Berry. I was working at Smokies Park over here, and it was back when the war in Iraq was going on. We set up a thing with IVK and with Tim Berry and with Gunner where a fan in the stands was going to come out with Gunner because their spouse was calling in from overseas to talk to them or something to that effect. And we had the call. We were all set, bouncing it off different signals, whatnot, however it worked. Got it into our console, our board at the park, and all of a sudden it went away. It was gone.
Oh, wow.
Tim Berry and I looked at each other like, and Gunner's out there going. He's on a hot mic going. We can't communicate with him.
Right.
No, he's waiting for it to come. And just as Gunner called for it, Tim and I figured out what was wrong, hit the switch, boom, went off smooth. Gunner had no idea we had a problem.
That's awesome.
And that was awesome.
And Gunner's a real deal.
He sure is.
He's country like I am, and lives it. And like I said, and everything from rodeo right on up.
Yeah.
Now I didn't have the privilege of rodeoing. My son did, and it was actually our son our oldest son that passed. He rode in a PBR, and he started off on bulls. And man, I love watching him ride bulls. But then he said, "Dad, I'm going to Bronx." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because that's the hardest thing there is to do in rodeo, and that's what I want to do." He said, I got bulls. He said, "I want to go to Bronx." And bronc riders, they're a whole different beast, buddy.
It's a whole different beast, and my butt's sore just thinking about it.
Absolutely. And so it's and if you haven't been to rodeo and support, we got some great rodeo around here.
We do.
We really do. If you're looking for a place to take your family, from any age up, they have something for everyone. Good, clean, healthy, and the athleticism that's required to to facilitate those events. Man, enjoy rodeo. I promise you, it's good for young men and young ladies and all the sort.
I remember years ago when rodeo was something you saw on TV frequent on a main channel. You know, it was something Wild World of Sports or whatever else it might be, or some Saturday night somewhere you would see a rodeo competition. No, it's monster truck. But you don't see that much anymore. But that is quite the thing to watch. There was a time I wanted to be a rodeo clown.
Man, them guys are tough.
Them guys are tough, and you walk around looking like a clown and chasing around a daggone bull.
I didn't fit in the barrel.
I probably wouldn't now either, but back then I
got run over.
You just got to be quicker than the other guy. That's all.
You got to be a little faster.
My
than that
favorite
bull.
event is where they're running, coming along beside that steer or that calf on a horse and jump off and grab it, and twist its head and put it down tight. I'm telling you what, that's all I can say.
First, you got to nail the landing.
You got to nail the landing, and then the skill that it takes, and it does not hurt the animal.
No.
If you PETA people, don't be texting me and telling me, sending me things.
But we've got a rodeo here that we have every year, typically with the Sevier County Fair. So, and it's a good rodeo, and it's usually a 2-night event, and it's we got the fair. Well, the fair comes up in August. We're about 6 months out, but look forward to that, and I'm sure there's other ones throughout the area, and you got other fairs and everything. So.
Absolutely. So, I mean, a great time, great place to take your family. Kids will enjoy it. I promise you.
Yep.
And it'll make for a great family time as well. We're going to take that last time out, and then when we come back, we're going to jump into RVs for a little bit. I want to tell you about some new things I'm seeing, and some things you ought to be doing if you're not. If you're winter camping, we'll give you a few tips on that. And still time to call us in on the phone lines, 865-932-7449. 865-932-7449, or the Miracle Method message line at 865-255-3911. Listen to Rick's House. Tell him why.
We'll be right back, folks.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you, I know a little something about mobility issues. I know a little something about taking care of mom and dad and grandparents and things you do when you're supposed to. That's why I trust Chris and his team at Miracle Method. They've got a safety package. A safety package that converts that tub in your house. But the main thing is it's going to give them an easy step in. It's going to give them grab bars that are added right. It's going to give them the flexibility to have that independence, and you the knowledge of knowing that you've taken care of mom and dad. Miracle Method. Find them online today. Miracle Method. 865-693-5522. For safety is a priority.
Hey, y'all, being from the country, I've learned one thing for sure. The difference in experience can make the difference between a good job and a bad. That's why we choose August Excavation for all your excavation needs. Whether it's pouring a footing, laying out a footing, pouring a concrete driveway, excavating a basement, or whatever your excavation needs may be. August Excavating. Call them today, 423-736-1402. 423-736-1402.
Waking up between you and mama every Saturday morning. Lord, it must be a big old bed. You're listening to Rick's House.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's house. Thanks for joining us on the program as we finish it up in the last 15 minutes here. Man, I don't know where the time goes, Skip.
Gosh, when you're having fun, time flies. I'm
I know
telling
it.
you.
Yep.
White
sure
stayed awake
does.
the whole time.
Yep.
He's revved up on Mountain Dew
Drank a whole liter, so I'm good.
and ready to roll.
He ain't gonna make it home for you. He has to pee though.
No,
Nope.
yeah, that's right. And he's working. He's practicing on the next Special Olympics.
There you go.
Yep.
And what are you practicing, son? Basketball?
Yep.
Been practicing basketball and getting ready for the next event. What a great job they do with Special Olympics
They
here.
do.
Yep.
It's just a phenomenal job. And Wyatt is probably the most athletic kid I know.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Say kid, he ain't kid. He's a young man.
Mhm.
Yep.
A little ugly, but you know, he can't help it. Looks like his daddy.
No.
So we got that going on. Let's talk RVs for a little bit.
Yeah.
And travel
yeah.
trailers.
Let's do that.
One of the things that I'm seeing in the travel trailer world, how you doing? My phone's just doing all kinds of stuff. I have no idea what
Blowing
it's
up
doing.
over there.
You
What in the
know,
world?
I don't.
What the heck is going on
Maybe
over
I
there?
won the lottery.
I'll take it.
You got to play it first to win it.
That's it.
We're sitting in there in the living room the other night watching. I don't know what was watching some TV program. And my favorite TV program is Hudson and Rex.
Oh, I like
Okay.
that
Have
one.
you seen Hudson and Rex?
No, I have not.
Rex is a German Shepherd, and it's based in Canada. And Hudson he's the cop, you know, and Rex is the dog, and you can't get nothing by on Rex. Rex.
Nope.
He's full-fledged policeman.
You can't get
Good
nothing
program.
past him. No way.
We like that, don't we, White?
Yep.
But Amy and I were watching it, and the lottery thing come on where they do the numbers and everything. She looks over at me and she goes, "Hey," I said, "Yeah." She said, "You know how to do that?" I said, "I ain't got a clue." She said, "Do you know what any of that means?" I said, "No, I don't." Now, Mama likes a scratch off.
Yeah.
I like a scratch off too.
Yeah.
I do too.
We've got a friend of ours that lives in Alabama, bless him.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody in my life. I promise you, every time he comes in to visit, he and his bride come to visit with us and Buddha. That's what we call his boy, Buddha. And but every time John and Tanya come in, he will go to, it don't matter what store it is. He will go to the store and he'll buy 3 to 4 lottery tickets, $25 to $50 ones. And I promise you, he will win at least $250 to $500 every time.
Holy crap!
And he will
take
it. He knows how much Amy loves to do a scratch off. And he'll hold them out and he'll go, "Okay, pick one." And she'll pick one. And she'll scratch it off and win nothing. He'll scratch it off and win $500 every time. She said, "I hate you."
Gosh darn you, man. Heck.
I'm telling you. So, but talking about these travel trailers, there's some new things going on. I called my buddy X and talked to him a little bit about it. They now have these hidden bunks.
Yes.
Behind your fireplace.
Oh.
What?
So what happens is they put a slide behind your fireplace where your fireplace and your television is. And then there's a cabinet, and then there's a door there. And so you run the slide out, and then you pull the door open, and it's like a secret bookshelf, like Batman kind of stuff in the manor. And you walk in there, and there's 2 bunks for kids.
I'll be.
Now, how cool would you think you were if you were a kid and you went into the secret bat cave to go into the bunk room that's hidden? How happy would you be as a parent when they closed that door? And where you didn't have to hear, the Xbox and all that kind of stuff. But what I have found, and this really interested me, having lived in a travel trailer for some time, as we begin to think we finally found a lot, we'll see, to build. And the real estate people call and ask them about it. They know about all this stuff. My observation is, and I am not a realtor, but my observation is prices are coming down a little bit. I see. I think.
Yeah.
I see property coming down a little bit. Don't know about houses. I've seen some houses that are down just a little. They're still ridiculous, but
I'm hoping interest rates come down. But
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm at the tail end of my whole experience with a house, but
absolutely, and we're just getting ready for that final resting place.
Oh, gee.
But anyway, one of the things that I've seen now is they are, and it's new. Forest River has one, as well as some other manufacturers. But what they're doing is they're taking a fifth wheel, a big fifth wheel, like a 40-foot.
Okay.
And then, excuse me, normally a fifth wheel front compartment is the master bedroom. Typically,
yes.
Sometimes it will be the kitchen. I have never. We like the idea of a fifth wheel because of the height.
Yes.
And the space that you get when you get into a fifth wheel. However, what we don't like about a fifth wheel is steps.
Yep.
Because with my mobility, that may become an issue down the line.
Yes.
So we shall see. However, this particular fifth wheel, one of the issues that I had when I was on the road and we were traveling and I was podcasting and doing radio and doing the things I was doing. So I had everything it took to do that. But trying to find a space within the travel trailer with the dogs and the cats and the television and everything that was going on is difficult. There's not enough room to set up in the bedroom. You got to set up in the living room, which our living room, when the slides are out, is 12 by 16. So it's pretty good size.
Good
space.
size, yeah.
Yeah.
But what they've done is for people who are traveling now, people who work on the road, like Rick's House Radio Show on the road, what they're doing is they've taken the front compartment of the fifth wheel and they've put the television there and the fireplace, and you grab this and the whole thing swings open and you step into an office.
Oh, wow.
With a U-shaped office top, windows all around, put a couple chairs in there. You can put your printer, your computers, and you have a mobile office that you can then turn around, shut the door back, and you have a private space for folks who work on the road.
That's nice.
Oh, wow.
That's really nice.
Yep.
Whoever thunk of that?
Yeah. That's a smart fella right
It's
there.
a smart fella
Or a
right
smart
there.
fellas. Yeah. However that works.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that go.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so it has that space, which I would have loved to have had.
Absolutely.
When I was on the road. Now, the additional thing that you find with that, it also puts your kitchen on your main level. Put your master bedroom on your main level, which I like. And I can do 3 steps. I just have to be careful when I do steps these days, because that's just how it is. And that's the path that I have, and so forth and so on. And yeehaw. So that's part of it. That being said, when we talk about travel trailers and those kinds of things, I'm seeing this time of year, we talk a lot about 4-season travel trailers.
Yes.
Where you're insulated underneath, pipes are insulated, tanks are insulated. When we busted our freshwater tank, and I've had to have it. We had to take it out and repair it and put it back in when it got to -8. But it done a pretty good job. However, with 4 seasons, they allow for that. Now, here's something that I did not know when I was looking for my travel trailer, which the travel trailer we purchased was the one my wife said, "This is the floor plan I want." I could care less.
Yeah.
If it made mama happy, I'm happy.
That's right.
Because she thinks about living in that space and is good at that.
Yeah.
So, Ron, good morning, brother. So we chose a 306 MM from Forest River, which is a Cherokee.
Yeah.
Gray Wolf. And it is 39 feet, 11 inches long, has 3 slides, has a 4-foot shower in it. That's actually a 42-inch shower with a seat, which is really nice for fat boys, formerly fat boys. And, it's worked very well for us in terms of that, but it is a tag along, and that's a big tag along to tote around the country. You will find that in some national parks, it's difficult. They don't allow anything over about 36 feet because they can't accommodate it. So, that was kind of challenging at some points. But what I did not realize is this was pre-COVID, when COVID was just hitting.
Mm-hmm.
There were only 2 of those that I could find in the Southeast. One was an RV company that I ended up purchasing from in Kentucky, which is no longer in business, and there's a reason for that.
No.
Well, yeah, God bless them. And then the other one was in Ackworth, Georgia, which is Highway 92 on the way to Atlanta, where you can stop and get some Hog's Heaven pork rinds that are absolutely fabulous. Hog's Heaven pork rinds. Tell them Rick's House sent you. Great story about that family and that company, and phenomenal. Salt and vinegar, come on.
Yes.
So anyway, the long and the short of it is this.
Mm-hmm.
When we purchased it, it's set up to either be a 30 amp or a 50 amp service. One air conditioner or 2. I didn't know that. So the unit that we purchased in Georgia was set up with a 50 amp service, 2 air conditioners, the whole deal, which is what I wanted. However, I had to be out of our house. Amy and I did. So during that time, they called me back and said, we got a problem. I said, what's the problem? They said, the guys in service have been robbing parts off of this thing because they can't get them, and we can't have it ready for you. I said, well, that doesn't work for me because I got to move out.
Yeah.
And I got to have something to go travel in.
Mm-hmm.
So we canceled that deal. I found the other one at Big Daddy's RV in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Big Daddy.
And so I went up and bought it, and it was a better price, which I was, obviously, you want to save dollars when you can.
Sure.
However, it was not a summer RV. It was a winter RV.
Oh.
So it was a 30 amp service and 1 air conditioner. So if you purchase a RV in a northern state, that RV may, or travel trailer, I should say, or camper, RV, whatever, may be geared toward better in the cold, not so good in the heat, because they don't have heat issues like we do down here.
That's correct.
If you get one in the south, it may not do as well in the winter, but better in the summer. And so I learned that the hard way. Now we've since fixed that problem by running some separate 20 amp services that allow us to hook up separate and not tax the RV system itself.
Good.
So just some food for thought. Next week, I'm going to talk a little bit about other things about RVs that are important that we found out the hard way, and we'll share that with you as the show becomes to an end here. God bless you. I want to thank you for being with us. I want to thank Skip for getting up early and making it happen, doing an outstanding job, as well as my partner in crime, my nephew White, who does a great job and makes sure I'm up and at it and carries all the heavy stuff for me and does a great job with that. We want to encourage you to visit our sponsors. Please tell them that you heard about them on the radio.
Yes.
And tell them what radio and where you heard them. That helps us. And, we look forward to talking to you next week right here. And where does that happen? It happens nowhere else but right here on Rick's House on 105.5 The Mix.
Yeah.
Grab those babies, love them, kiss them, and hug them. You never know. We'll see you next week. Talk to you then.
Yep.
Tell them.
Mix 105.5.
Real estate. Are you thinking real estate? I've thought about it for the last 31 years. Call me. Let me put 31 years of experience to work for you. Terry Williams, RE/MAX Preferred Properties, 865-556-4111 or 392-5885.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Real Estate. Everything you need to know about Sevierville and the surrounding area, we are your informational source, and so glad to be so. So, as always, my wonderful co-host and better half, Terry Williams, is with us. Terry, how are you today?
Lee, I am good. Beautiful day. I'm good.
It is. Or do you think you're going to see snow in the next couple days?
Well, I sure hope not. I'm ready for spring.
Him too. I even had the seed catalog and my bulb catalog out the other day and was looking at bees. And I'm thinking, fool, it's not even close to time to do that yet. And that spring and fall are my favorite times, but I know we're going to get popped, and so it's coming. I don't know if it'll be snow, but darn, it's going to get cold again. I hate that. So.
Yes, I know.
Well, very good. Well, you are the finder of fantastic guests, and who do we have today?
Well, today we have got with us a lady by the name of Shawn. Shawn is she's with Mountain Hope Good Shepherd Clinic. She's the director of marketing and development. Shawn, welcome to our show.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well,
absolutely.
Shawn, tell us about your group and what they do and all that good stuff.
Sure. So Mountain Hope Good Shepherd Clinic is a charitable clinic. We provide affordable care to the uninsured who work or live in Sevier County. We've been around 25 years, so pretty well known, and we provide medical, behavioral health, dental, women's health, community health worker program, and we also have a medication assistance program. We have a clinic in Sevierville and Prince Street. We have a new clinic in Gatlinburg that opened last summer. And the reason for the Gatlinburg clinic coming about is because during the pandemic, we had patients that were taking a trolley from Gatlinburg to Pigeon Forge and then walking 2 more miles to the clinic here.
Oh, wow.
Because there wasn't, no services in Gatlinburg. So we could see then, that there was obviously a need and the need was increasing. And so we started our mission back in 2020 on getting, grounds for a capital campaign and getting folks to help us to get that clinic going. So September, we proudly opened up a beautiful clinic on Ski Mountain Road in Gatlinburg. And the city graciously added a trolley stop, ironically, to the clinic. So anyone who needs services at Gatlinburg can, if you don't have transportation, can take a trolley there and back.
That is fantastic.
In addition, it's been great. The services were much needed, and it was very, forward thinking of our executive director then to see the need during the pandemic. She herself is a nurse and was here during those times, actually taking care of those patients and then driving them back home after. She would take care of them because they didn't have a way to get back home. So she knew the need was there and made it happen. In addition to Gatlinburg, something else new going on here is just this past October, we were able to get a grant from the state of Tennessee, and we got a mobile medical clinic.
I love that.
So now we have, now we're taking, quality and affordable healthcare out to the areas of need, meeting the challenges of people without transportation, but also when you think about the time it takes for people to take away from their work to address health needs, we're looking to partner with businesses as well, right? So the mobile clinic is addressing those needs, and other social drivers of health that are impacting the uninsured individuals' physical and mental well-being of Sevier County. So we're providing those services, currently going to First Baptist in Sevierville, across